What made Michelle Williams agree to her role?
I don't even know much about Venom 1.
And why was playing Venom such a blessing for Tom Hardy?
The point is, everything I wanted to make is in that movie. More, actually. And it's
Woody Harrelson as Carnage.
I think an absolute sociopath who's genuinely crazy.
It's pretty surprising to see this guy in this kind of film, right? After all, we're more used to seeing him as a badass man hunting zombies or a true detective solving crimes. But here, he's a supervillain in a Marvel movie. We saw Woody as Cletus Cassidy for the first time during the mid-credits scene of Venom. Let me remind you that the director of the first installment was Ruben Fleischer, who also directed Zombieland. So it's safe to assume that he was the one who offered Harrelson the role. But the task of developing Cletus Cassidy's story fell upon another director, Andy Serkis. What does Woody think about it? Well, he's happy. My good buddy Andy Serkis directed me and made me feel so comfortable. It's really cool that he came on, the actor commented. But Serkis did change at least one thing about Harrelson's character, and that was his look. Remember Cassidy's red curls in the first Venom's mid-credits scene? They're gone now, and he's sporting a clean-cut hairdo in the trailer. Serkis explained that his look changed to show that some time has passed and Cassidy has gone through various changes, so that we could really see what's going on with the darkness of the character, the director explained. I can't wait to see his darkness in full. Can you? Naomie Harris as Shriek. In the comic books, she's a villain and Cassidy's love interest. While we're waiting to see how her powers will unfold in Venom, Let There Be Carnage, let's check why the actress liked the idea of this role. The rumors about Naomie Harris being in talks to play Shriek appeared back in 2019, and although for quite a while the actress didn't comment on it, it was clear that she was pretty excited to join the cast.
I like the idea of playing a villain, you know? I like that, yeah.
Though it wasn't only about playing a badass villain who can manipulate sound. Yeah, that's exactly what Shriek can do according to the comic books. Harris was also glad to join the cast of Venom 2 because it was a sort of reunion for her. She'd worked with Andy Serkis twice before. Over 10 years ago, they starred together in the biographical film Sex and Drugs and Rock and Roll. And Naomi was also in Mowgli, Legend of the Jungle, which was directed by Serkis. Plus, she'd worked with Woody Harrelson in the action comedy After the Sunset. So it looks like Harris will fit into the Venom world pretty well then. Just like the leading lady of the film. Michelle Williams as Anne. She was pretty excited to reprise her role in Venom 2, and the involvement of Serkis in the project made her even more enthusiastic. He's so gifted in such a specific way, and I'm very excited to learn from him and be around him, Williams shared. But of course, Michelle was also thrilled about the opportunity to revisit and expand on one of the most important moments for her character in the first film. You remember how the alien possessed her and briefly transformed her into She-Venom, right? We'll soon see if the sequel incorporates Anne into the action equally alongside Tom Hardy's Eddie. It's certainly unusual to see Williams so excited about being involved in this comic book story. After all, indie dramas and art house films are much more common for her. But there's a few reasons why Michelle took on the role in Venom. First of all, she actually enjoys doing things that expand her range.
And so I thought all that stuff would be fun to try for a change.
Oh, and here's a fun fact. Michelle got inspired by Kurt Russell in Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
And he was so committed and present, and it just sucked me in. So I thought, oh, that'd be fun to try.
Kurt must have been pretty flattered to hear that. But even more importantly, she agreed to join the cast of Venom because she wanted to work with Tom Hardy. I thought that he would be an exciting guy to get into the ring with, Michelle commented to The Hollywood Reporter.
That guy's one of the greats, and I'm gonna learn, I'm gonna have fun, and I know that he'll make me a better sparring partner because he works on such an unbelievably high level.
And she was right, because she did have a lot of fun working with Hardy. And what's more, Michelle managed to uncover a very interesting part of Tom's character for herself.
He's a puppy dog. He plays all these really intimidating, scary dudes, but in life he's just kind of like this. Oh.
How sweet. Maybe she even had a crush on him. Stay tuned to find out whether the attraction is mutual. But it looks like it wasn't only the females in the cast who found Hardy charming. Reed Scott as Dan Lewis. When he joined the cast, the actor was afraid that the story would turn his character and Tom Hardy's Eddie into rivals because he's dating Eddie's ex. It's been done a million times and no one's interested in seeing it anymore. So he was relieved to see them actually getting along despite everything.
He's kind of a good guy.
Reed Scott had a lot of fun with Tom Hardy on the set.
Tom is very funny. Very funny. I don't know if he hides it well, but he's very funny dude.
Anyway, it didn't take long for Scott to agree to join the Venom cast because he's been a fan since he was a kid. and he also likes horrors.
That's my happy place, is like, you know, if I'm having a bad day, it's like I don't go for the pint of ice cream. I go for like dark, like sinister horror.
Plus, Reed admires the director Ruben Fleischer and the way he can create unique blends of different genres in his films. So the film was like a perfect combination for the actor. And you know what would make the whole story even more perfect for Scott? If Dr. Dan also became a symbiote. Reed even thinks that it would make him a better doctor.
And he can just like reach inside and like fix somebody's, you know, whatever they got going on and pull it back out.
What do you think about it? Well, I'm not sure if they can make Dr. Dan into another symbiote in the second film, but who knows what might happen in the next story, right? Stephen Graham as Mulligan. Another new addition to the Venom cast is a detective trying to find a connection between Eddie and Cletus Cassidy. His appearances in the movie trailer are very brief, but we can assume that he's still going to play an important role in the film. This shot alone seems to mean quite a lot, as it shows a symbiote hopping from its host to Mulligan, and that host isn't Eddie. We have no idea what it means yet, so we'll have to wait until the movie premieres. Meanwhile, let's see why Stephen Graham decided to join the cast. Turns out that his reason for doing so is pretty sweet. His son Alfie is a fan, and the actor knew he'd be thrilled to see his dad in a film about Venom. Our Alfie is very excited. I'm really looking forward to it, Graham commented. You want to know who else is a good dad whose son is a Venom fan? Keep watching to find out. And there was one more reason why Graham wanted to be on the set of Venom 2. Just like everybody else in the cast, he wanted to work with Tom Hardy. Previously, they met on the set of the drama series Taboo and became good friends. Stephen would often say that Tom is a very insightful actor, an amazing inspiration, and it was a great honor to work with him. But most importantly, Graham once shared in an interview, "I love Tom to bits." Wow. Okay, we get it. Everyone just loves Tom Hardy. So let's finally see what Tom himself thinks about all these people. Tom Hardy as Venom. Being the good guy everyone says he is, the actor loves them all back. Tom's never said a bad thing about any of his co-stars. And about Michelle Williams, he said that she's a mega talent. Wow, that's a great compliment. In the second film, Tom also had a great time working with Andy Serkis. After all, you probably remember that Serkis has played quite a few monsters in his career, and he understands them from the inside. So, Andy helped Tom grasp Venom even better this time. The two of them had great chemistry and managed to work together in quite a special way. While we're waiting to see the result of their collaboration, let's find out how and why Hardy agreed to play Venom. It turns out that the first and foremost reason was to please his son, who was 10 years old at the time.
My son came to me with a specific character that he absolutely fell in love with, and then I started to take a look at it myself, and then, as if by magic, a script appeared on the horizon, which was awesome.
Wow, what a coincidence! And Hardy didn't only agree to play the role because his son wanted him to, but with his help, he also managed to play Venom so perfectly. The actor once shared that his little boy would always let him know what he was doing wrong on the set and help him get it right. He was my little spirit guide in that aspect, Hardy admitted. Well, isn't that sweet? These days, both Tom and his son are pretty happy about how the movie turned out. But if you think the actor's had it easy and that his life is all about success, money and fame, you're wrong. Watch the video we made about Tom Hardy's tragic real-life story to find out more about the drama he had to endure. And stay awesome.